What's good, Commanders fans? Not much going on today as they have moved rookie training camp to tomorrow. And so I just wanted to get a video out to you guys. So that definitely threw some things off for today because Dan Quinn was supposed to have a press conference at 1:15. Now it's going to be tomorrow at 1:15, and then practice will start. And, Saturdays are pretty busy. For me, they probably are busy for you guys, especially in the middle of the day on a Saturday. We're going to be paying attention to see if Gabe Taylor gets an interception or gets a pass breakup. Now, the chances are higher of Gabe Taylor making a pass breakup or getting an interception because guess who is going to be throwing the court is going to be a quarterback for rookie minicamp is going to be Nathan Peterman. So they did invite Nathan Peterman to rookie minicamp, and it is interesting because he's been in the league for years. Nathan Peterman's been in the NFL since 2017. He played for Buffalo. He played for the Raiders. He played for the Bears. He didn't play at all this year, but in 2023, he played in 2 games. He is known for the infamous first half against the Chargers where he threw 5 interceptions in the whole game. I think he threw 5 picks and a half, which is really difficult to do. He should have got yanked out the game anyway. He threw 7 interceptions on the year that year. Looking at his numbers right here real quick. So he threw how many? He threw 7 interceptions in 2018, 1 touchdown, 7 picks. 2017, he threw 2 touchdowns and 5 picks. He had one of the worst quarterback ratings in the history of football as well. So he ran a 4.8 40-yard dash. So he has a little bit of mobility to him. Not very mobile either. In 2018, he had 10 rushes for 50 yards. It's about 5 yards per carry, and he had 1 rushing touchdown with Buffalo when he played in 4 games and had 2 starts. So he's going to be the mini camp arm. We already have a loaded quarterback room with Jaylin, Mariota, Josh Johnson, Sam Hartman, and Jeff Driscoll's not here anymore. So they just had to have an arm for rookie minicamp because Colin Schlee, they want to see him as a running back. They want to see him as a wide receiver too in this tryout. So they got to get somebody else in there to throw the football. I was like, where are the UDFA quarterbacks? So we only got 1 UDFA quarterback. So they're bringing in Nathan Peterman. That's the only quarterback that's going to be throwing the football. They honestly could have played today, really. The rain stopped. I don't know how it is in Ashburn or wherever they are. But the rain stopped at 11 a.m. where I'm at. I live in Maryland, so I feel like it stopped there too. I don't know. Whoever lives out in Virginia, you can let me know if the weather was that bad. But I guess they just want to make sure that tomorrw, tomorrow's supposed to be dry all day. So I guess they'll just wait till tomorrow to do it. So no big deal, but it is weird that now it's going to be on Saturday instead of today. So they're also going to bring in a guy named Ross Blacklear, who was, that's his name, right? Ross Blacklear. Where is he? Ross Blacklock, who went to TCU, 6'5", 307 pounds, defensive lineman. He was a former second-round pick. So I hate to call people busts, but he basically, he's just been a bust in his career. He was traded for a 6th-round pick to the Vikings in the 2nd or 3rd year of his career. And he just never panned out, man. He was a 2nd-round pick, though. He was projected to be a 1st-round pick. In 44 games, he has 3 sacks, 27 tackles, and 1 forced fumble. He had 2 sacks in 2021. He had 1 sack in 2022. And then 2023, he played in 4 games. And then after that, he just did not get signed by another team. So he did not play last year. How old is he? He is 26 years old. So he still may have something left in the tank. This is a guy that you may bring back on the practice squad, kind of like how they did with I always forget the guy's name. Sheldon Day, guys like that. We had Sheldon Day playing significant snaps, so maybe Ross Blacklock, if he performs well in this tryout, he probably will not make the 90-man training camp roster, but you know how Adam Peters was signing a bunch of guys throughout the year to the practice squad. Excuse me. Maybe this guy could be signed on the practice squad because he has that 2nd-round pedigree. So you look at him coming out, a lot of people were high on him. That's why he was a 2nd-round pick. He had a really high athleticism score. He was the 6th athletic defensive lineman coming out, or defensive tackle in the combine. He had the 6th best athleticism score coming out of the combine in 2020. Production score 9th in 2020. Total score 8th in 2020. Ran a 4.9 40-yard dash, 29-inch vertical leap as well. All-American, freshman All-American, Big 12 co-defensive freshman of the year. His dad played in the Harlem Globetrotters, played for the whole Harlem Globetrotters. First team All Big 12 honors, 40 tackles, 9 for loss, 3.5 sacks, and 12 starts. So NFL comparison was B.J. Hill. Strengths are extremely athletic and agile in short spaces. Knee stays bent and pads stay low. Snappy initial quickness can find and split a double team crevice as well. So I'm not going to get too much, but some other notable names that I did see on the list for the tryout that they did invite is Trent Irvin. He went to Stanford. He played for the Bengals. He had 2 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns against the Patriots in the 2022 season when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. He was actually like a decent receiver for them. He had 15 catches for 231 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now that's not crazy numbers, but 4 touchdowns in a season is actually pretty good. Like 4 touchdowns is more than a lot of receivers get in a season, and he played in only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He only played in 9 games that year that they went to the Super Bowl, and he actually caught a couple passes in the postseason too. He had 1 catch for 13 yards, and he had a catch for 6 yards in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, in the AFC Championship. The AFC Championship, they actually lost in the AFC Championship in 2022. But he had 2 touchdowns against the Patriots. He had 3 catches for 45 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Patriots. He had 2 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown against the Browns in a win, 23-10 for the Bengals. And then he had 3 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers in a 37-30 win. So Trenton Irvin is a guy that, he's had some production in the league. I'm not saying he's going to make the 90-man roster or anything like that, but it is intriguing that they did bring him in, that they felt it was necessary to bring this guy in for a tryout. So I mean, we'll see what Trenton Irvin does coming out of Stanford. But and then also in the 2024 season, he had some production. He had not the 2024 season, but the 2023 season he had 32 catches for 316 yards and a touchdown. And he had a game where he had 54 yards and a touchdown against the Houston Texans in a 30-27 loss. So Trenton Irvin has some production in the league that you can take a look at. There's a lot of guys that barely had any production in college and barely had production in the NFL. This guy, he's 6'2", 200 pounds. So I mean, let me see what Trenton Irvin, if he has. It's actually Trenton Irwin. If he has like a RAS score or anything like that, or his 40-yard dash coming out of Stanford real quick, and then I'll wrap this up. I'll just rapid fire the last couple of names. And then he ran a 4.5 40-yard dash, which is actually not that bad. 4.5 40-yard dash is about pedestrian. For RAS is poor, but a 4.5 40-yard dash is actually not that bad. Let me look at his Stanford stats too. And this is what happens when they move stuff around. We're talking about guys. Just hate to call guys random guys, but you guys know I like to look at the guys that are under the radar and stuff like that. He had 60 catches for 685 yards his senior year at Stanford. So, so he had a pretty productive season there. He had a couple productive seasons at Stanford. So 6'2", 205 pounds. Our other guys on the list are Ife Adie, 5'10" out of Sam Houston. Not much production there out of Ife Adie, or Ife A. He had 271 receiving yards in 2024 out of Sam Houston State. So not much production there at all from Ife Adie. We see how tall he is as well. 5'10", 175 pounds. So he's at the trial, so we'll see. He was on the Reese's Senior Bowl watch list as well, on the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award preseason watch list. Preseason third team All-CUSA by Athlon Sports, but he just didn't really do much. But he suffered a season-ending injury on a season-long 26-yard catch at Houston in Week 3 of 2023. So it looks like after that he wasn't really much of the same after that. And they brought in a couple corners. Kalen Moore out of UCLA, so another UCLA guy. Peyton Buckley out of Augusta University. Brandon Turnage out of Mississippi, who has a 41.5-inch vertical. He played with Trey Amos at Ole Miss. Xavier R. out of Howard. And Xavier Mueller out of Northwestern, linebacker. Maury Smith out of Florida State University, offensive lineman. Joseph Carter, offensive lineman out of Western Illinois. Ben Rather, offensive lineman out of Northwestern. Tyree Phillips, offensive lineman out of Mississippi. Malik Carr, somebody I want to talk about too. Jude Wolfe, not much production. DeAndre Jules, defensive lineman out of University of South Carolina. Austin Bryant, defensive lineman out of Clemson. Malik Carr, who played basketball in high school, went to Michigan State. He had one season where he had 30 catches for 352 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had another season in 2022 where he had 12 catches for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Malik Carr is a tight end that I'm intrigued about. Athleticism, 6'5", 245 pounds. Went to Michigan State, went to Purdue, went to Houston. His senior year didn't really do much. 12 catches for 186, or 19 catches for 186 yards. I like this guy Malik Carr, man. I don't think he's gonna make the 90-man roster or anything like that, but he ran a 4.6 40-yard dash, which is great as well. So he has some athleticism there. RAS score was a 5.80, which is not great, but the 40-yard dash I like. I like a guy that's 6'5" and can run. 20-yard split was great as well as 10-yard split was great as well. Shuttle drill and three-cone drill were poor, but it looks like he has the height and the speed there to make something happen. RES has him at 6'3", 270 pounds, but another site has him at 6'5", and he played basketball. So I do like the basketball playing tight ends. Antonio Gates, Jordan Reed played basketball. Jimmy Graham played basketball. So I like the except for Sammy Cerdeas, I like the tight ends that play basketball and convert to tight end after playing basketball. He did it from high school to college, not just doing it after playing college basketball and then transferring to a tight end. So those are the guys. That's the list. And Jaylin Lane, Kane Madrado signed their rookie deals so far. So, and JCM signed his rookie deal as well. So all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Health Commanders. Peace.